Sucralose, the artificial sweetener commonly known by its brand name Splenda, has become deeply embedded in the modern food landscape. It's now found in over 6,000 products, including not only obvious choices like diet sodas and low-calorie snacks, but also in toothpaste, pharmaceuticals, and nutrition supplements. When sucralose was approved by the FDA in 1998, it was hailed as a revolutionary tool for reducing sugar intake and battling rising obesity rates. Yet beneath this promising narrative, there have always been troubling gaps in the evidence. And now, decades later, an increasingly alarming body of research suggests that sucralose may carry far more significant health risks than initially believed. From the very beginning, the foundation for sucralose's safety claims was shaky. Of more than 100 studies submitted to the FDA, none involved human trials, and most were short-term experiments with unpublished results. Despite these glaring weaknesses, sucralose gained approval, and the floodgates opened to its mass incorporation into the food supply. Shockingly, despite mounting concerns, the FDA has not revisited its original authorization, even as researchers continue to uncover sucralose's darker biological impacts. The chemical structure of sucralose itself raises red flags. It's created through a synthetic process that substitutes 3 hydroxyl groups on a sugar molecule with chlorine atoms. Chlorinated compounds are often associated with toxicity, yet this fundamental fact has been glossed over in popular marketing. While sucralose is touted as calorie-free, the Splenda product actually contains small amounts of calories due to fillers like dextrose and maltodextrin. Even more troubling, because sucralose is 600 times sweeter than sugar, it has the ability to profoundly alter our taste buds and our brain's response to sweetness, setting in motion a cascade of cravings and overeating behaviors. Clinical evidence points to a growing list of side effects. Sucralose has been linked to gastrointestinal distress, including bloating, diarrhea, and exacerbation of conditions like irritable bowel syndrome. It disrupts the delicate balance of the gut microbiome by reducing beneficial bacteria, an outcome that can ripple outward into systemic inflammation, weaken immunity, and even mental health challenges. Furthermore, sucralose consumption may impair the body's ability to absorb key medications, particularly those used to treat life-threatening conditions like cancer and cardiovascular disease, potentially undermining critical therapies without the patient even realizing it. The perception of sucralose as a helpful tool for weight management has also come under intense fire. A 2025 study by the Keck School of Medicine, funded partly by the National Institutes of Health, found that sucralose interferes with brain signaling pathways that regulate hunger and satiety. Instead of satisfying a sweet craving, it may actually heighten it, causing increased appetite and ultimately contributing to weight gain rather than preventing it. Women, in particular, appear more susceptible to these effects. This is a devastating irony. People trying to lose weight by swapping sugar for sucralose could be unintentionally making their weight management efforts even harder. Far more chilling, however, are the recent discoveries about sucralose's deeper toxicological profile. A groundbreaking 2023 study published in the Journal of Toxicology and Environmental Health revealed that sucralose breaks down into a compound called sucralose 6-acetate in the gut, which is genotoxic, meaning it can break DNA strands. DNA damage is a critical step in the development of cancer and other chronic diseases. Even worse, the amount of sucralose 6-acetate generated from just one daily sucralose-sweetened beverage exceeds the European Food Safety Authority's threshold of concern for genotoxic substances. This revelation paints a sobering picture. Every sucralose-laden drink or snack could potentially be contributing to genetic mutations inside our bodies. Moreover, sucralose appears to compromise the integrity of the gut wall, causing a condition known as leaky gut, where toxins and bacteria leak into the bloodstream. This can trigger widespread inflammation, raising the risk of inflammatory bowel disease, liver disorders, and systemic metabolic dysfunctions. Oxidative stress, chronic inflammation, and disruption of glucose metabolism, already linked to numerous diseases like type 2 diabetes and cardiovascular disease, are further concerns highlighted by current research. The risks multiply when sucralose is heated. Baking with sucralose, especially at temperatures above 350 degrees Fahrenheit, 175 degrees Celsius, can cause it to decompose and form chloropropanols, compounds that are suspected to increase cancer risk. Many people are unaware of this breakdown process, innocently using sucralose in recipes for cakes, cookies, and other treats, inadvertently exposing themselves to yet another level of potential harm. All of this leaves a grim conclusion. Sucralose is not the harmless sugar alternative it has been sold as. While very occasional and minimal consumption might not lead to immediate danger, the cumulative risks from regular, long-term exposure are becoming too significant to ignore. Pregnant women, children, and anyone with underlying health conditions should be especially cautious, and many health professionals are now advising the general population to minimize sucralose intake or avoid it entirely. Even institutions like the Mayo Clinic and the World Health Organization are urging consumers to drastically cut back on artificial sweeteners, reflecting a growing consensus that these substances are not suitable for daily consumption. The long-held notion that artificial sweeteners are a free pass to indulge without consequences is crumbling under the weight of serious scientific evidence. The reality is harsh, but necessary to face. Products containing sucralose, especially those heavily processed diet foods and beverages, could be quietly undermining our health on a cellular level. Choosing real, minimally processed foods, even those containing natural sugars, is a far safer long-term strategy. Moderation, awareness, and a return to simple, whole food ingredients are not just idealistic principles. They are increasingly a necessity for anyone concerned about safeguarding their future health.